Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to tell you a story that might quietly change the way you look at your own life, your dreams, your excuses, and your habits. It is not just a story about success. It is a story about something far more powerful than excitement, stronger than inspiration, and more reliable than motivation. It is a story about discipline. And it begins with a fisherman. In a small coastal village, where the ocean kissed the shore every morning and whispered secrets to anyone willing to listen, lived a fisherman named Aaron. He was not famous. He was not rich. He did not wear fine clothes or live in a big house. He lived in a simple wooden hut near the beach, where the sound of waves served as his alarm clock and the smell of salt filled his days. People in the village knew him as a quiet man, a man of few words, a man who kept to himself. But what they did not fully understand was that behind his silence lived a power that most people never discover. Every day, before the sun even thought about rising, Aaron woke up. While the rest of the village slept under warm blankets, dreaming of easier lives and better fortunes, Aaron quietly tied his worn sandals, picked up his fishing net, and walked toward the dark ocean. The wind was cold, the sand was wet, and the sky was filled with stars that seemed to judge his commitment. There were many days when he was tired. There were days when his body ached and his eyes burned with sleep. There were days when he wished he could stay in bed like everyone else. But he went anyway. Not because he felt motivated. Not because he felt inspired. He went because it was what he had decided he would do, no matter how he felt. In the same village lived another fisherman named Leo. Leo was full of dreams. He talked about becoming the richest fisherman in the region. He spoke passionately about buying a big boat, hiring workers, and building a fishing empire. He watched videos, read books, listened to motivational speeches, and shared quotes about success. When he felt inspired, he would rush to the shore with excitement, casting his net with great energy, imagining his future wealth. But when the weather was cold, or the sea looked rough, or he felt tired, Leo stayed home. He told himself, "I will go tomorrow when I feel more motivated." Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Leo's life became a cycle of bursts of action followed by long periods of waiting. Waiting for the right mood. Waiting for the right time. Waiting for motivation to return. Meanwhile, Aaron continued his quiet routine. Day after day, regardless of how he felt, he went to the sea. Some days he returned with baskets full of fish. Some days he returned with very little. And some days he returned with nothing at all. But he always returned stronger than before, not just in body, but in mind. The villagers began to notice something strange. While Leo talked about success, Aaron was slowly building it. His hut was repaired little by little. His boat became sturdier. His nets became better. He did not make sudden leaps, but he made steady progress. And that steady progress, like a slow tide, reshaped his life. One evening, as the sun melted into the horizon and painted the sky with shades of orange and purple, Leo sat beside Aaron on the shore. He looked tired, not from hard work, but from disappointment. He sighed and said, "Aaron, I don't understand. I have so many dreams. I want to succeed so badly. But I just can't seem to move forward like you do. How do you stay so motivated all the time?" Aaron smiled softly. Not a proud smile, not a mocking one, but a gentle smile of understanding. He looked at the sea for a moment before replying. "I am not motivated all the time," he said quietly. "In fact, most days, I am not motivated at all." Leo looked confused. "Then how do you do it? How do you wake up so early every day? How do you go out even when the weather is bad, even when you are tired?" Aaron took a deep breath. "Because I do not rely on motivation," he said. "I rely on discipline." That word echoed in Leo's mind. Discipline. He had heard it before, but never truly understood it. Aaron continued, motivation is like the wind. Sometimes it blows strong and pushes your boat forward. But sometimes it disappears, and if your boat has no oars, you are left drifting. Discipline is the oars. Even when there is no wind, even when the sea is calm and heavy, you can still move forward if you row. Leo remained silent, listening closely. Most people wait to feel like doing something before they do it, Aaron said. But I do the thing whether I feel like it or not. My feelings change every day. My commitment does not. That night, Leo went home with a heavy heart but also with a new understanding. For the first time, he realized that his biggest problem was not a lack of talent, opportunity, or intelligence. It was his dependence on feeling motivated. The next morning, Leo woke up before dawn. His body protested. His bed felt warm and safe. His mind whispered excuses. But he remembered Aaron's words. He stood up anyway. He went to the sea. His movements were slow, his eyes half closed, but he was there. He cast his net. The sea was quiet. He caught only a few fish. As Leo practiced discipline, he noticed other changes. He became calmer. More focused. Less emotional about results. He stopped chasing quick success and started building something real. And as he did, he began to respect Aaron not just as a fisherman, but as a teacher. One stormy morning, when the waves were high and the sky was dark, Leo almost stayed home. The fear was real. The danger was visible. But he saw Aaron walking toward the shore, as calm as ever. Not reckless, not foolish, but prepared. Aaron checked his boat carefully, secured his ropes, and then looked at Leo and said, "Discipline does not mean ignoring danger. It means respecting reality and preparing for it." That day, Leo learned another lesson. Discipline was not blind stubbornness. It was intelligent consistency. Years passed. The village changed. New houses were built. New boats appeared. Some fishermen came and went, chasing faster money elsewhere. But Aaron remained, steady as the lighthouse on the cliff. And Leo, once a dreamer without direction, had become a disciplined man with purpose. Eventually, Leo did build his bigger boat. He did hire workers. He did expand his fishing business. But what made him successful was not his ambition. It was the daily discipline he had learned from Aaron. He never forgot that. One day, a young boy from the village came to Leo and said, "Sir, I want to be successful like you. Please tell me your secret." Leo smiled and replied, "My secret is simple. Do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it." The boy looked disappointed. He expected something more exciting, more magical. Leo laughed softly. "Everyone is looking for magic," he said. "But discipline is the real magic. It turns ordinary people into extraordinary ones. And that is the truth most people never want to hear. Because discipline is not glamorous. It does not make you feel good every day. It does not give instant rewards. But over time, it builds something far greater than motivation ever can. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is intentional. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. Motivation makes you start. Discipline makes you continue. In your own life, you might feel inspired today. You might watch a video, read a quote, hear a speech, and feel unstoppable. But what about tomorrow? What about the day after? What about the days when no one is cheering for you, when no one is watching, when progress feels invisible? That is when discipline matters. Discipline is waking up early when you want to sleep more. Discipline is practicing when you feel lazy. Discipline is saving money when you want to spend it. Discipline is studying when you want to scroll. Discipline is choosing pain now over regret later. And the beautiful thing is, discipline does not require you to be special. It does not require talent, luck, or perfect conditions. It only requires a decision. A decision to show up, again and again, regardless of how you feel. Aaron was not born disciplined. He built discipline. One morning at a time. One choice at a time. One small victory at a time. And you can do the same. You do not need to change your whole life today. You only need to start with one small disciplined action. Maybe it is waking up 10 minutes earlier. Maybe it is writing one page. Maybe it is doing 10 push-ups. Maybe it is reading one chapter. Maybe it is simply keeping a promise to yourself. Because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you become stronger. Every time you break it, you become weaker. Discipline is not about controlling your life. It is about respecting it. The fisherman did not become successful because he was more motivated than others. He became successful because he was more disciplined than others. And that made all the difference. So the next time you feel unmotivated, do not wait. Do not complain. Do not give up. Instead, act. Take one step. Even a small one. Especially a small one. Because small disciplined actions, repeated daily, can build a life that motivation alone never could. Remember, motivation tells you what you could do. Discipline tells you what you will do. And in the end, it is not what you could have done that matters. It is what you did, consistently, quietly, patiently, day after day. So be like the fisherman. Let the waves test you. Let the wind challenge you. Let the days exhaust you. But never let your discipline leave you. Because when motivation fades, discipline will carry you forward. And that is the real power.